What up, Gromies? Bubba here. Hey, just wanted to talk today about how I do my cloning. Um, I do what's called monster cropping, or I call it taking monster cuts. Um, you can see in this picture, this is the monster clone ready to be put in soil. It's rooted. It's ready to go. So I figured I would talk about how I do this. There's a couple, obviously a few different ways you can clone your plants. A few different methods. Mine's a pretty basic, simple method. It's pretty cheap to do, and it works pretty good. I generally take my cuts, usually around between 4 and 6 weeks of flower. And there's a couple of reasons I do this. The number one reason is there's just so much more life in the flowers than in the leaves. When I take my cuts, I can just cut the leaves off, and I don't even need them because the flowers hold so much life, and it's so much easier to do clones with flowers. I know I've had a few attempts in the past where, I wouldn't do the monster cut. I just do a regular cut and normal vegetative growth, and the leaves would all die off before it would root, and it was a failed attempt at cloning. So doing the flowers, like I said, they have a lot more life in them. Your leaves could all die off, and as long as that flower is still alive, then you're in good shape. And if it takes a month for them to get roots, it takes a month. But usually, I always get roots on every single one when I do these monsters. I know there's a lot of cloning machines you can get that are work pretty good. I just use as you can see in the picture here, just a plastic shoebox, one that's clear, so the light can get through. I use perlite, and I just moisten the perlite with spring water with a spring water, or maybe boogie blue filtered water. That's what I usually use to water my plants with, but either would work. But anyway, I usually add synthetic nutrients to it, whatever generally is recommended for seedlings or cuttings on the bottle would work. And then I make sure that there's a little bit of extra liquid on the bottom in the container that the cuttings are going to go in. Now, when you put the cuttings in there, and you do the cuttings like a normal cut, you take your razor blade, you make your little angle, make a few little slices around it on the base stem there, and when you put them in the perlite, make sure you don't actually stick them down in the water. You want them above the water just a little bit. And then just make sure that they're in there securely, kind of pack the perlite around them, so they're standing up nice and straight. Usually if I've got multiple phenos or multiple strains or whatever, I'll just take a marker or whatever and mark on the side what's what, and just kind of put them in rows. And then basically just once you got them in that, close the lid up, and I just put them in my veg tent. I have a little 2x4 that I use for veg. I just run 18.6 on the light, and generally I just put it in there. I don't even look at it for 2 weeks, really. I might air it out once every couple of days, just kind of take the lid and just kind of close it again. But I don't actually check the roots generally for 2 weeks. And when I do check the roots, what I do is I just kind of take a big scoop of the perlite and make sure I'm getting all the roots from each individual plant as I'm scooping it up. That way you don't damage the roots at all. And then, as you can see in this picture again, this plant's got plenty of roots. And then I'll go ahead and throw it into the solo cup with I just use straight ocean forest. It seems to work good for me for seedlings and cuttings. But yeah, I just throw it in a cup of ocean forest, and then I just toss that in the veg tent. And then, as you can see, in a couple, 2-3 weeks, you start getting all this funky looking growth there. And it's going to look really, really goofy for a while. And out of all your flowers there, you'll start getting a bunch of little branches coming out. And you'll get a bunch of branches coming out of each flower. And basically, you don't need to top these plants. They make little bushes, as you can see right here in this picture. This was, vegged out for I don't know, I'm not real sure how long, probably a few weeks to a month or whatever. But yeah, it's they make some crazy plants, and real hardy, tough, strong plants too. One other reason I recommend doing the monster cuts versus a regular clone. So nothing wrong with doing a regular clone. I just like how much stronger these are and how much hardier they are. And also the timing is a little bit better for me too, because I take my monster cut, week 4 through 6. Because if I take cuts before I go into flower, those plants are sitting there vegging forever. And then I gotta, worry about making sure, they've got all the right nutrients and everything. So if I'm taking them at weeks 4 through 6, then I've only got, around 4 weeks left, so I can get them a nice size and then have them ready to rock in my flower tent. So the timing works out pretty darn good there. So, but anyway, you can, when you're sticking those into that perlite, when you're getting it ready to go in there, I forgot to mention, you can use Clone X gel or a rooting hormone. I actually don't. The last couple of times I did it, I didn't have any on hand, and I was like, screw it, I'm just going to stick them in there. And they rooted. Every single one of them rooted. So, yeah, it works really well. And I'm sure, I do my little cheap setup there with the shoebox and the perlite. I'm sure if you built a nicer one or bought something, a nice cloning machine, I'm sure that would be even easier. It'd probably work even better, but this works for me. I've been doing it like this for a while, so if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So anyway, guys, just wanted to show you how I do that. In the comments, if you have any questions, if I need to come back and kind of elaborate more on what I'm doing here, just holler, let me know. Hit me up on Discord or whatever too, Bubba Budsmith, and just, you can find me on a lot of the grow channels there, and happy to answer any questions about anything I know about. So thanks, Gromies. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.